at tagumpay na pagpapala sa inyo. Handa na ba kayo? Ako ang gurong makakasama nyo, Maestro Olaso. Sama-sama tayo matuto. Before we proceed to our lesson, let us review your past lesson. Get ready to our Matanong! Matanong number 4. What is the difference between similar fractions and dissimilar fractions? Similar fractions are fractions that have the same denominators. Example, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. While dissimilar fractions are fractions that have different denominators. Example, 1/2, 2/3, 3/4. Matanong number 2. How do we reduce fractions in lowest term or in simplest form? In reducing fractions in lowest term or in simplest form, divide the numerator and the denominator by their greatest common factor or GCF. Example, 6/12 by dividing the numerator and denominator by their GCF 6, the lowest term is 1/2. Matanong number 4. How do we find the least common denominator or LCD of fractions? In finding the least common denominator or LCD of fractions, find the least common multiple or LCM of the given denominators through listing method, factor 3 method, or continuous division method. Example, finding the LCD of 4/5 and 6/7 through the use of listing method by listing some of the multiples of 5 and 7. 5, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. For 7, we have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 40. Therefore, the least common multiple or the least common denominator or LCD of 5 and 7 is 35. Matanong number 4. How do we change improper fraction to mixed number? In changing improper fraction to mixed number, divide the numerator by the denominator. The quotient will be the whole number, the remainder will be the numerator, and the divisor will be the denominator. Example, 9/4. 9 divided by 4 equals 2, remainder 1. Write the quotient as the whole number, the remainder as the numerator, and the divisor as the denominator. Therefore, 9/4 is equal to 2 and 1/4. Matanong number 5. How do we change mixed number to improper fraction? In changing mixed number to improper fraction, multiply the denominator by the whole number and add the product to the numerator. Copy the denominator. For example, 2 and 1/4. 4 times 2 plus 1 equals 9. 9 as numerator and copy the denominator 4. Therefore, 2 and 1/4 is equal to 9/4. We are going to discuss the first topic of first quarter week 1. Get your pencil, piece of paper, and your sub-learning module. Let's do Matalakay! Welcome to our episode 1, all about adding simple fractions and mixed numbers without and with regrouping. Suppose you have a 1 whole pizza and you divide it into 8 slices. You ate 1 slice and another 2 slices. What part of the pizza did you eat it all? By putting together 1/8 plus 2/8 equals 3/8. It means that in adding similar fractions, we just add the numerators and copy the common denominator. Let us try another example. This is an example of adding simple fractions without regrouping. What is the sum of 2/3 and 1/4? Since the denominators of the fractions are not the same, we need to change them into similar fractions or we cannot add directly. Let us do this step by step. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD of 3 and 4. By using any method, the LCD of 3 and 4 is 12. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 12 divided by 3 times 2 equals 8. 12 divided by 4 times 1 equals 3. Step 3. Add the numerators. 8 plus 3 equals 11. And copy the common denominator, 12. We have 11 twelfths. Reduce the answer to lowest term if possible by checking if there is a greatest common factor or GCF that can be divided both the numerator and the denominator other than 1. Is it already in lowest term? Yes. 2/3 plus 1/4 equals 11 twelfths. This time, let us try adding simple fractions with regrouping in the sum. Find 3/4 plus 1/3 equals n. Again, since the denominators of the fractions are not the same, we need to change them into similar fractions for we cannot add directly. Let us do this step by step. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD of 4 and 3. Again, by using any method, the LCD of 4 and 3 is 12. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 12 divided by 4 times 3 equals 9. 12 divided by 3 times 1 equals 4. Step 3. Add the numerators. 9 plus 4 equals 13. And copy the common denominator, 12. We have 13 twelfths. Since 13 twelfths is an improper fraction, we need to change or rename the answer to mixed number. Let us recall how improper fraction be changed to mixed number. Divide the numerator by the denominator. The quotient will be the whole number, the remainder will be the numerator, and the divisor will be the denominator. Therefore, 13 twelfths is equal to 1 and 1/12. This is an example of adding simple fractions and mixed numbers with regrouping in the sum. 2 and 2/5 plus 3/4. Again, let us do this step by step. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD of 5 and 4. Again, by using any method, the LCD of 5 and 4 is 20. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 20 divided by 5 times 2 equals 8. 20 divided by 4 times 3 equals 15. Step 3. Since we are adding mixed number, add first whole numbers. But we have only the whole number 2. Just copy it. Then, add the numerators. 8 plus 15 equals 23. And copy the common denominator, 20. We have 2 and 23 20ths. Since 23 20ths is an improper fraction, we need to change or rename the answer to mixed number. Let us recall how improper fraction be changed to mixed number. Divide the numerator by the denominator. The quotient will be the whole number, the remainder will be the numerator, and the divisor will be the denominator. Therefore, 23 20ths is equal to 1 and 3 20ths. By regrouping the sum, 2 plus 1 and 3/20ths equals 3 and 3/20ths. Now, let's talk about the sisters working together to sell a delicious avocado. Because of that, tell yourself, must try nga! Marie sold 3 and 1/4 kilograms of avocados, while Anne sold 2/3 kilogram. How many kilograms of avocados did the two sell together? Let us analyze the problem carefully. What is asked in the problem? Yes, the number of kilograms of avocados sold by Marie and Anne together. What is the clue word that can help to determine the operation in the problem? Correct. It is together. So, what is the correct operation to use to solve the problem? You got it. It is addition. What is the correct number sentence? Very good. 3 and 1/4 plus 2/3 equals n. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD of 4 and 3. Again, by using any method, the LCD of 4 and 3 is 12. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 12 divided by 4 times 1 equals 3. 12 divided by 3 times 2 equals 8. Step 3. Since we are adding mixed number, add first whole numbers. But we have only the whole number 3, just copy it. Then, add the numerators. 3 plus 8 equals 11. And copy the common denominator, 12. We have 3 and 11/12. Is it already in lowest term? Yes. 3 and 1/4 plus 2/3 equals 3 and 11/12. So our final answer in the problem is 3 and 11/12 kilograms of avocados. I hope that you are doing well and you understand how we add fractions. We have the steps to follow, and I hope you will always magtandaan. Again, how do we add similar fractions? Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. Step 3. If adding mixed numbers, add first the whole numbers before adding the numerators. Copy the common denominator, then reduce to lowest term, or if the answer is an improper fractions, change it to mixed number. Regroup the sum if necessary. This time, prove yourself. It's mathematics time. Do not worry. You will just find the missing number to complete the solution and answer of the following numbers. Number 1, 9/10 plus 3/10 equals 12/10. 12/10 is equal to 1 and 2/10. Is equal to 1 blank fifths. Step 1. Since the given was already similar fractions, just add the numerators 9 plus 3 equals 12. Copy the denominator 10. We have 12/10. Step 2. Reduce or change the answer to the lowest term if possible. Since the answer is an improper fraction, we need to change it to mixed number. Divide the numerator by the denominator. 12 divided by 10 equals 2, remainder 2. So, 12/10 is equal to 1 and 2/10. But 2/10 is not yet in lowest term. we need to change it to lowest term by dividing the greatest common factor or GCF of 2. 2/10 is equal to 1/5. Therefore, our final answer is 1 and 1/5. The missing number is 1. Number 2. 5 equals 35 40 seconds plus 6 40 seconds was blank 40 seconds. Step 1. Change fractions to singular fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD. The LCD of 6 and 7 is 42. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 42 divided by 6 times 5 equals 35. 42 divided by 7 times 1 equals 6. Step 3. Add the numerators. 35 plus 6 equals 41. And copy the common denominator, 42. We have 41 40 seconds. Is 41 40 seconds already in lowest term? Yes. Therefore, our missing number is 41. And our final answer is 41 40 seconds. Number 3. 1/6 plus 3/4 equals blank 12 plus 9/12 equals 11/12. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD. The LCD of 6 and 4 is 12. Step 2. Divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 12 divided by 6 times 1 was 2. 12 divided by 4 times 3 equals 9. So, the missing number is 2. Let us continue the solution. Step 3. Add the numerators. 2 plus 9 equals 11. And copy the common denominator 12. We have 11/12. Is 11/12 already in lowest term? Yes. Therefore, our final answer is 11/12. Again, the missing number is 2. Number 4. 2 and 1/4 plus 3 and 1/2 equals 2 and 1/4 plus 3 and 2/4 equals blank and 3/4. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD. The LCD of 4 and 2 is 4. Step 2. Copy the whole numbers 2 and 3. Then, divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 4 divided by 4 times 1 equals 1. 4 divided by 2 times 1 equals 2. Step 3. Since we are adding mixed number, add first whole numbers. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Then, add the numerators. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And copy the common denominator, 4. We have 5 and 3/4. Is it already in lowest term? Yes. Therefore, our missing number is 5 and our final answer is 5 and 3/4. Number 5. 8 and 5/8 plus 5 and 3/4 equals 8 and 5/8 plus 5 and 6/8 equals 13 and 11/8 equals blank and 3/8. Step 1. Change fractions to similar fractions through getting the least common denominator or LCD. The LCD of 8 and 4 is 8. Step 2. Copy the whole numbers. Then, divide the LCD by the given denominators and multiply by the given numerators. 8 divided by 8 times 5 equals 5. Next time, if the LCD and the given denominator are the same, just copy the numerator. 8 divided by 4 times 3 equals 6. Step 3. Since we are adding mixed numbers, add first whole numbers. 8 plus 5 equals 13. Then, add the numerators. 5 plus 6 equals 11. And copy the common denominator, 8. We have 13 and 11 eighths. Since 11 eighths is an improper fraction, we need to change or rename the answer to mixed number. Let us recall how improper fraction we change to mixed number. Divide the numerator by the denominator. The quotient will be the whole number, the remainder will be the numerator, and the divisor will be the denominator. Therefore, 11 eighths is equal to 1 and 3 eighths. By regrouping the sum, 13 plus 1 and 3 eighths equals 14 and 3 eighths. Is 14 and 3 eighths already in lowest term? Yes! So the missing number is 14 and our final answer is 14 and 3 eighths. How many of you got 4 and 5? Congratulations! You did a good job today. But to those who got 3 below, do not worry. You have your self-learning module. Try to answer those activities related to adding simple fractions and mixed number without or with regrouping. Natapos na ang ating unang aralin. Naway kayo'y may natutuhan sa ating mga tinalakay. Muli, ako ang inyong Maestro Olaso na nagsasabing, ugaliing manood at makinig upang maging matinik sa mathematics.
Sabi